Little Red Hen. On a farm with friends living, there was a little red hen. She was smart and hardworking. But her friends were selfish and do nothing. After a dry summer hardly, the little red hen wanted to plant wheat seeds excitedly. She asked her friends, "Who wants to help me?" But none of them wanted to help her. "I don't want." "I have a stomachache. I am very tired." "No, I'm too busy." The little red hen planted the seeds all by herself. She sprinkled some water, and the crops grew and ripened. "Who wants to help me harvest the crops?" she asked. But again, none of them wanted to help her and answered, "I don't want." "I have a stomachache. I am very tired." "No, I'm too busy." The little red hen harvested the crops all by herself. She went to the mill to collect them and grind. "Who wants to help me grind the wheat?" she asked. But none of them wanted to help her and answered, "I don't want." "I have a stomachache. I am very tired." "No, I'm too busy." The little red hen ground the wheat alone. Thus, she got a huge sack of flour properly. She asked her friends, "To make bread, who wants to help me?" But none of them helped her, unfortunately. "I don't want." "I have a stomachache. I am very tired." "No, I'm too busy." The little red hen also baked the bread alone. The bread smelled so good that everyone came to her when it was done. When the hen asked her friends, "Who would want to eat this bread?" in a friendly tone, "Me." 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 They replied one by one. "But I did all the work alone. I planted the seed, watered the field, and harvested the crops. I ground the wheat and sifted the flour. I kneaded the dough and baked the bread. That's why bread is only my right." The little red hen sliced her bread nicely. She ate 3 slices eagerly. When her friends looked at her, ashamed and sadly, she didn't want to leave them hungry. "If you promise to help me, I will share my bread with you too," she said friendly. The cow, pig, duck, and goat promised the little red hen sincerely. The cow sowed the seeds firstly. The pig harvested the crops as his duty. The duck ground the wheat diligently, and the goat kneaded the dough, and the hen baked the bread joyfully. While eating their hot and delicious bread together, they enjoyed working hard and helpfully. A long time ago, in a forest, there was a rabbit that was cool and lively. He was wandering the forest all day. Proud of himself, showed off arrogantly. "I'm the fastest in the forest. No one can beat me." Then a skater. Then a skateboard. Then a bicycle. He could even run faster than a car. one day, a turtle asked bravely to the rabbit who is proud of his fast running, "Are you ready to compete with me?" But the rabbit laughed at him, thinking it was funny. The turtle frowned and said, "I'm serious." The rabbit confidently replied, "Sure, I can beat you anyway. Don't be nervous." When the day of the race came, all the animals gathered. Both the turtle and the rabbit were ready and excited. While they were talking among themselves about which one would win, the little bear rang the bell, and the race started. The rabbit left a pile of dust with his fast running. The leaves were blowing up. It looked like storming. The turtle, however, was far behind him, trying to catch up with him with the small steps he was taking. The rabbit stopped and looked back confidently. The turtle still had a long time to catch up with him apparently, because the rabbit thought he would win this race anyway. Under a tree near the finish line, he fell asleep joyfully. "Oh, I can win the race 3 times till the turtle arrives." Oh. However, the turtle continued the race with slow steps carefully. As he approached the finish line, he saw the rabbit sleeping. Even though he was very surprised, he walked at the same pace patiently, because he wanted to win this race so badly. After a while, the rabbit opened his eyes, yawning, looked around, and couldn't believe what he was seeing, because the turtle was about to finish the race. With one last effort, the rabbit was running and running. But the turtle crossed the line before him, and he won the race as he was wishing. Yay! In the end, the one who won the race was the one racing carefully and consistently. The turtle took his cup and held it up proudly. While all the animals were clapping wildly, he congratulated the rabbit who lost the race and gave his hand friendly. "Yes, you may be very fast, but the important thing is not how fast you are, but how carefully and consistently you do what you do." The rabbit was amazed by the turtle's resolution. From that day on, instead of bragging about being fast, he did everything he did carefully and with determination. One morning, an old woman wanted to bake gingerbread. Apron on, the recipe ready. The flour is added, ginger is sprinkled. The old woman kneaded the dough gently. Finally, she shaped it into a man, opened the oven, and put the cookie. Sat and waited with excitement. Gingerbread man was baked perfectly. The kitchen smelled deliciously. The old woman opened the oven, took the tray, and placed it on the counter. She added currants for his little eyes, a sweet cherry for the nose. As buttons, cherries were wise. For a smiling mouth, some cream she chose. At that moment, the gingerbread man was alive. "Don't eat me!" he shouted, and left the kitchen quickly. Even though the old woman followed him, the gingerbread man was so fast, ran away rapidly. "Run if you want! Run after me! No one can catch me, because I'm the gingerbread man!" the gingerbread man ran and came to a farm. A cow was fascinated with his scent's charm. "Moo! Wait, I'll eat you!" he shouted from behind. "Run if you want! Run after me! An old woman is already trying to catch me, but no one can catch me because I'm the gingerbread man!" The gingerbread man ran and ran. A pig smelled his sweet scent. "Oink, oink! Wait, I'll eat you!" he shouted from the back. "Run if you want! Run after me! An old woman and a cow are already trying to catch me, but no one can catch me because I'm the gingerbread man!" The gingerbread man ran and ran. A chicken smelled his sweet scent. "Bok, bok, bok! Wait, I'll eat you!" he shouted from the back. "Run if you want! Run after me! An old woman, a cow, and a pig are already trying to catch me, but no one can catch me because I'm the gingerbread man!" The gingerbread man ran and came to the lakeside. He thought he would dissolve in water and disappear. A fox was fascinated with his scent's charm. "Jump on my head, I'll carry you!" he shouted from behind. The gingerbread man jumped on the fox's head. The fox couldn't resist and opened his mouth wide. "Ah!" Just when the gingerbread man was about to become his bait, a crow saved him by holding him in the air. The gingerbread man asked the crow curiously, "Do you eat gingerbread? I was wondering." When the crow opened his mouth and said, "Yes," the gingerbread man fell to the ground and escaped. "Run if you want! Run after me! An old woman, a cow, a pig, a chicken, a fox, and a crow are already trying to catch me. But no one can catch me, not even you, because I'm the gingerbread man." One day in the poles far, far away, a very cute reindeer named Rudolph was born. This little deer was different from others in a way. His nose was red, luminous, eye-catching, so to say. Rudolph's red nose was a laughingstock of other deer who found him weird, obviously, and did not want to be friends of him relentlessly. "Look at Rudolph's nose! It's so funny!" Rudolph was upset about the situation. He felt very lonely and in desolation. Seeing this, Santa Claus warned the other deer with attention. "Come on, mind your business. Leave him alone. Your luminous nose is very precious to us, Rudolph. It's a gift that makes you special. Do not forget it." At that moment, a sparkling snowflake fell from the sky. "It's time. Come on, my dear. Children are waiting for their gifts." The reindeer ran to Santa's sleigh excitedly. First, the first deer came, then the second, and then the third. And Rudolph ran and got into the sleigh as the fourth deer. "Come on, my dear. Ho, ho, ho!" All the deer rose into the sky joyfully. But after a while, a huge rain cloud in front of them appeared. The raindrops soaked the deer and made them drenched quickly. "Up, my dear! Let's go up!" They climbed above the rain cloud to avoid getting wet safely. Despite all the difficulties, Santa Claus reached the top of the house and threw the gift down the chimney. they set out for another house for the second gift happily. This time, they encountered a flock of birds unexpectedly.
Down, my dear! Let's go down!
The deer passed under the birds and reached the house. Santa Claus threw the gift down the chimney. They set out to go to the third house, but everywhere was covered with fog suddenly.
It's impossible to see anything in this weather.
Ah!
Oh! Hey! Ah!
No one could see ahead.
Up, my dear! Up!
They all went up together, but they still couldn't get rid of the fog.
Down, my dear! Down!
They all went down together, but they still couldn't get rid of the fog. All the deer were very scared because they were about to get lost. And Rudolph closed his eyes tightly out of fear.
Oof, when will this fog go away? Please go away now! Please, please, please!
At that moment, Rudolph's red nose began to shine and emit light. This magical red light illuminated the foggy night. Now everyone could see ahead clearly. Santa Claus smiled with a face lovingly.
I think your luminous red nose will guide us on this foggy night.
Bravo, Rudolph! Bravo! Wow!
Rudolph looked around, confused but proud. Thanks to Rudolph, Santa threw the gift down the chimney of the third house. On all the following great Christmas Eve voyages, Rudolph's red nose became a light for other deer and showed them the way. The gifts reached the children safely in this way. Don't forget, kids, each of us is the superhero of our own story. Our differences are our superpower. It's like a treasure waiting to be discovered, just like the story of Rudolph.